Okay, let's start. And maybe you can hold the music. Thank you. Hello, everybody. This is Mohini, Srishti, the founder of Evolved Beings. And I'm very delighted to welcome all of you today to this free masterclass on claiming your magnetism and the keys to be sensual, wild, and magnetic. Before we really start, I think, can I request all of you just to turn on your video for a couple of seconds or few minutes, just so we feel the energy into the space. We just, yeah, even if it's a virtual session, we can still look at each other. That also gives me a little resonance, like whom I'm talking to, or if I'm just talking in the air. So I like to feel. I like to feel your faces. I like to see you. So if you can just turn on a few minutes. Yeah, and it's also good. You can also look around into the gallery who all are there. Sheetal is having some hairdo while tuning in. Excellent. Right. Ishtapi, nice to have you with us. Right, so I see few familiar faces and many new faces, which is great. Hello. Can we have some smiles, any gesture? What kind of gesture you feel like doing? Just how would you like to express in this moment without words? Let's let's see into that. Ah, this is sweet. This is cute also. Very funny. Let's see what other kind of expressions. Is this also an expression? Oh, Paritoshi, okay. Okay. What's happening with turning on the cameras for many other people? All right, let's start. So before we dive into the session, I just want to introduce some of you who might not know so much about Evolved Beings. So Evolved Beings is an online and offline platform which was launched during the pandemic, understanding the need of the hour and time at that time. So we were the first and the pioneer ones who did a Tantra festival online in Tantra industry during the pandemic. So yes, that marked our birth into this world of evolved beings. And so we do many online and offline events pertaining to Tantra and meditation. Tantra in this world is not really understood very well. And yes, so really to bring clarity, really to bring more light on this ancient wisdom is what's our main aim. And I'm also a certified Tantra teacher, but more than the certification, it's more the path and the transmission. And I'm a practitioner, I would say. So it's like yoga. Many people might do a 500-hour certified course or something, but unless you don't practice, you don't live yourself, that doesn't make you a yogi or a yogini. So yeah, I love to address myself as a tantrika, and what does that mean? Would be like an alchemy, yeah, like someone who can really help to transcend or transmute, yeah, on energetic level. So, and can help others to really transcend or take a leap. And also someone who has some kind of mastery, um, whether it is about understanding the body, the sexuality, the emotions, or able to channel your energies in and upwards. So, yeah, that's something about our um, about evolved beings and me, a little bit about me. And yeah, this free masterclass is also to throw some light on what is Tantra. And also, I like to hear from you your questions and a little bit throwing light on our sexuality, our sexual energy. So, the session will be divided into three parts, which would be the first part. I'll be sharing a short presentation. I like to work with presentations because then I can otherwise go here and there. If I have the pointers in front of me, that helps me to navigate myself and you into the journey. And then we will have an embodied practice, and there would be some time also for the Q&A at the end. So that's gonna be the journey of the session, and the total session is for 90 minutes. Yeah, so before we start, let's just take a deep breath. Yeah, invite yourself mentally, physically, energetically, emotionally into this space, and paying some gratitude to yourself for taking out this time. So just breathing in deep, checking if you're breathing from your belly or if you're breathing shallow. How's your nervous system? How are you feeling? If you're calm, if you're relaxed, and if not, then what can you do to make yourself more relaxed? Your body knows it. So just listening to it, maybe it needs a little stretch. Maybe it needs a little bit of sounds. So just listening to your body and feeling what can make you feel more relaxed, what can make you feel more arrived into the space, into here and now. So Tantra is nothing but a path to meditation and knowing and coming to yourself deeper and deeper, meeting yourself in all the darkness, shadows, and light. That's the path of Tantra. And Tantra doesn't deny anything. Tantra is inclusive of everything. Tantra does not condemn and criticize anything, including our sexual energy. So Tantra is actually a path which addresses all aspects of our life, of who we are. And Tantra is actually a 5,000-year-old ancient wisdom, which was diverted into Hinduism and Buddhism. And in the Hinduism, it was given the 112 sutras by Shiva to Shakti as the answer of the curious questions from Shakti to Parvati, the wife of Shiva, that, oh Lord Shiva, what is it? What is it about life? And she had many curious questions. And Shiva answered her every question in a form of a proverb or a sutra, we say in Hindi. because it's a very secret language. Tantra is a very secret language. Because in each word, there is various meaning and depth. It's actually the language of heart. It's actually the language of twilight. Yeah. So he answered in 212 sutras all the curious questions of Shakti, and which is also called as Vigyan Bhairatantra. Plus, there was in Buddhism took another diversion, which was by Saraha, yeah, and that is the Buddhist Tantra, which is more into chanting and other kind of Buddhist practices, Vajrayana and all. I basically teach and share more the Neo Tantra. So Neo Tantra was developed when Osho was in Bali in Pune, Osho International Meditation Resort. And Osho actually gave thousands of meditations for the modern mind and modern man or woman to help us really quieten our mind or to know ourselves or to find the path to enlightenment. And so he revived kind of Tantra in a way that we can understand in today's time. So all these scriptures, otherwise we may not be able to understand or practice it. So basically he gave practices to all this ancient language and scriptures. So basically I share more of the Neo-Tantric path, but also Kama Sutra and conscious sacred sexuality work, because I see it is very much needed in the world to understand about sexuality, sensuality, bodies. So yes, understanding and feeling the need, I felt, okay, this is important also to integrate into the tantric path. So yeah, let's go to the presentation on the topic what we are here to discuss or bring more light into it. So Anne, can you please share the presentation? So we have on taking care of our technical and from the team, and maybe you want to say hello to everyone. Thank you for helping and supporting us. So claiming our magnetism and keys to being sensual, wild, and magnetic. So let's understanding first, what does it even mean to be like a magnet? Yeah. So as the word signifies, magnetism is like pull. Yeah, it's like if you put the magnet against the iron, it just tick, just take it like this. So it's a pull, it's a force, yeah, that you attract the kind of people, right situations, right opportunities in your life. So being magnetism means having that kind of energetic field to attract, to pull what is there really for you. Yeah. And going to the next slide. Yeah. So yeah, so attracting and pulling, whether it is in terms of beloved lover, partner, or opportunities in life, or anything related with work or money, or any kind of manifestations, which maybe we want to manifest or attract in our life. So to be that magnetic force, yeah. And I'm talking this from my own experience, yeah, wherein I belong to a very, very conventional Indian Hindu family where women are just housewives. So, and I have run businesses, projects, yeah, worth millions, yeah. So how to be really that magnetic force, or to learn grow in all aspects of your life. Yeah. So for me, also magnetism is to attract such opportunities which contributes to your growth in all aspects of your life, to learn. Yeah. And next slide. I like to have control in my hand, but somehow on my iPad, I couldn't figure out how to run this presentation. So yeah. And also when we have this kind of magnetism, it's like attracting also the clarity in life. So one of the major key, I would say, to be magnetic force is also to have clarity. We are too scattered. Yeah, we want several things in life, but that's not how the secret of universe works. Yeah, how does really the secret of universe work when we are really focused in terms of what we really want to attract? What is it that we really like to manifest in our life? Yeah, how to be really focused and how to put also our karma, our action together with the thoughts. Yeah, and then sending it out to the universe. We are too scattered. We want this, that, everything. Yeah, but no, really have top two or max three things, that this is what really I want to manifest. This is what I prioritize in my life. Sorry, I got a little back off. So, so really to prioritize. Now it could be for some people money, for some people relationships, for some people inner growth. Yeah, whatever you prioritize, you would attract that. Yeah, people who are just focused on business and work, generally they would attract similar things. People who are focused on their inner growth and spirituality may attract overall. Yeah. Now, this is again from my experience. Since the age of 16, I didn't want to be a businesswoman, or I didn't ever thought of becoming an entrepreneur. Yeah. All I was looking for was to get my deeper questions answered. And that was, what is true love? What is truth? Can a person love two people simultaneously? So those were my questions as a 16-year-old. And that's what, since that age, that I was looking to dive deeper into myself. Yeah. And that brought me actually several kind of opportunities in all aspects, whether it was as work or inner growth or relationships or meeting or having a community of like-minded people. So yeah, to really be focused. And there was always one thing I had gifted was totality. Yeah, totality and focus. And that's what is also clarity for me means. That really being focused, really being prioritizing. So even as a 16-year-old or an 18-year-old, I used to meditate every day in the morning. That only after the meditation I would go for my job. Yeah, and at that time I was, after being 18, I was working like a 10,000, 8,000 rupees job. So, but that was my priority. So how you really prioritize your manifestations, how you really put the time and effort and money into it, time, effort, and energy into it, is what would attract that magnetism. Yeah, you can change that. And these are also my top keys to magnetism, apart from having the clarity as the one top formula, I would say, for bringing any kind of manifestations. Yeah. Now, when we talk about being magnetic, so I assessed myself, I was analyzing myself when I was preparing this presentation, that what is really magnetic for me in other person or for other person in me. Yeah. So the first and foremost is actually sexuality. And I would also explain why. The other is authenticity. Yeah. Now, what does authenticity means is we wear several kind of masks. We basically living our parents or living society or living some other voices, then living ourselves. So what happens that we disconnect ourselves from our true self. Yeah, because this is not us. Being a doctor probably was not my dream, for example. Being an engineer wasn't my dream, but that was my parents' dream. And I became a doctor, I became an engineer, for example. So that actually cutted me myself from my own unique gifts. Probably my gift was to be a dancer or a musician or just a sports person. So I disconnected myself, I cutted myself from my own true unique gifts. Or it could be also from very small examples, we can see that we wanted to be really angry, or we were frustrated, or we were not feeling good into the moment, but we tried to be very nice, or we tried to be in life, to be always smiling, or to be pleasant to the people around us. But sometimes we might be feeling completely shitty. So these are just a few examples I'm giving that how to really be authentic by listening to yourself. The first and foremost thing is listening to yourself, who you truly want to be, what you are feeling into the moment, what kind of emotions, what kind of sensations in your body, how is it really making you feel. So really dropping into the heart, into the feeling of the body sensations, not from here, not from the belief system which we buy from outside, but honoring your inner voice, honoring yourself, honoring your own self of who you are or who you want to be or how you are feeling, and expressing, giving a voice, giving a gesture, expressing yourself fully, yeah, and living yourself fully. So that's what makes your beauty come out in the world, being visible. That's what make you truly shine from within, because this is you. This is not your parents' voice. This is not the society voice, but this is you, truly you. So that would make you truly magnetic because you're living your unique gifts, your unique expression, your authentic self. So this, I'm really telling you that keep it top on your books. Listen to yourself. Yeah. It's okay also what has been done. But even from now or from today, you can start, just sit with yourself 15 minutes every day, that to check in what is your inner voice saying, and maybe using some methods to quieten your mind and just listening to the deeper voice of yourself. It could be maybe just going out in nature, that your mind can calm down. So really quietening your mind and listening to your deeper self, and then honoring your expression, honoring living that expression. Yeah. It could be from moment to moment, day to day, week by week, or monthly, or yearly, or every moment. So really being authentic. and and it takes courage. Yeah. Spirituality is a path of courage. Always remember. And it will test us, because that means we would challenge the belief system of the society. We would challenge the belief system of our parents, of the culture. So I will answer all the questions towards the end. So thanks. You can just keep putting the questions because otherwise it would distract me if I go to the chat box now. So yeah, it's a path of courage, and it might involve challenging people around you, including your parents, your partner, your beloveds, your friends. But that's okay. If you do not want to be the sheep in the crowd, yeah. And for you, you do not want to be the sheep in the crowd, and that's why you are in this session. So, listening, really listening to your deeper self and honoring and living and expressing that. It could be writing, it could be dancing, it could be something which really makes you joyous from inside. So, monkeys on my roof. Yeah. And when we, the other thing is feeling, though we have written the spelling wrong and spelling, but it's feeling. And by feeling, I mean, we live very much here. Yeah. Because this is all what we are developing in the education system. All the education system from our nursery to the college or post graduation is all about developing this. Yeah. There is no study really or any vocational course when we grow up where we develop the heart or where we develop how to listen to our body, yeah, or how to be joyous. So we actually listen and become more in the head. So how to really drop from head to heart and how to take the decisions which are truly from your heart, from your inner being. And I'll tell you again from my experience. The decisions sometimes could be very challenging. Yeah. And you might feel confused that whether this is right or that is right. But there would be, if you would really feel in your heart, it might feel challenging, but it might give you a feeling of expansiveness. Yeah. So, what really makes you feel expanded inside you, in your being? Taking that kind of decision. Yeah. Because your heart, your true love, your true joy is also a magnetic field of yours. Yeah. If you see in your life what kind of people you might be attracted to, may not be so much your bosses or people you may feel, oh, they are super intelligent or something, but maybe could be some other kind of people. Yeah. So maybe who really are joyous or who really look happy to you or who really maybe feel opposite to you or something you want to be, but you are not, and you feel attracted to them or magnetically pulled towards them. So I have seen that generally we as people might be very attracted to people who are joyous, really true joyous. I'm not talking about joy of being having a bigger house or car, but really expansive, yeah, in our heart, in our state of being. So yeah, being connected to the heart. And then, it's not then, the first was sexuality. Now being connected to our sexuality means being connected to our life force energy. Now our sexuality, though in the world we think about sex probably 24/7, but it's being very under the carpet, or it's not really addressed, or it's not really being spoken or talked openly in the world. And what happens is that we do not give importance, we condemn, we criticize, maybe we feel guilty, we feel disconnected, we feel judged, we lack of maybe education around the subject. So we get disconnected. Yeah, we get more and more disconnected as we grow up also. So our sexuality is like a powerhouse. Yeah, because we are all born out of sex. We are not just dropped from air. We are born out of sex. So our and sex center is basically our root chakra. Yeah, this is our first chakra. It's like making us rooted into the earth, into this body, into this life. And if you have seen a bonsai plant as compared to a banyan tree, you see how a bonsai has maybe short kind of tree because it doesn't have very deep roots. Yeah. So similar, and whereas a banyan tree has the roots going deeper into the earth and it's blossomed fully up as well. Yeah, it has big branches, big trunk, lots of leaves and shade to offer. So similarly, if we are like a bonsai tree, we would be also very short kind of approach in our life, or we will feel very limited. Yeah. But whereas when we go deeper into our roots, when we are connected with our sexuality, with our body, it can give us multi-dimension in our being. Yeah. And also I was reading recently a research and study where they said that the maximum number of people who are in sales and marketing, especially one-on-one, the personal sales and marketing, are generally the people who are very connected with their body and sexuality, because there comes a very magnetic force. Even when you shake hands with them, there would be some kind of transmission of energy. So these people could be really very sparky or very rooted and enthusiastic and very, you would feel a different kind of sense. Yeah. And it's our Kundalini energy. Yeah. Kundalini energy is basically the energy which is sleeping or could be also active for many people or some people at the bottom of our spine. Yeah. The sacrum area. So it is addressed as a serpentine or a snake coiled downwards at the bottom of the sacrum chakra. And when it is activated, the serpent moves upwards through all the chakras. And it may be a different experience for different people. It could be a lot of shaking, it could be a lot of different pulsations, different kind of feeling very much energetically activated vibrations when it gets activated. So our sexuality is actually our powerhouse, and it also determines a lot that how magnetic we feel in ourselves. And also the logic being, just imagine if we do not really, if we are feeling shameful in our body, if we are feeling not good enough in our body, it makes our body shrink. Yeah, goes like, but whereas if we truly love our body, if we truly embrace our body, if we truly sensual with our body, like you must have seen women who does not really just dress sexy in short clothes, but you might find women truly sexy who can carry themselves well, even in a sari. Yeah. So what determines sexuality or being sensual is not how we dress, but how we really deeply feel within our skin, within our body. If we truly feel comfortable of whosoever or howsoever we look like, doesn't matter if we are more fat, more thin, more tall, short, doesn't matter. Yeah. It's how we really feel deep down inside us. So if we are not feeling good enough, how can we be magnetic for others? Not at all. So it's really loving yourself fully, embracing yourself fully. So just letting you know the importance of also our sexuality or sexual energy or body, because it's highly condemned in the world or in many spiritual disciplines. There's hardly any importance we give to sexuality. We generally condemn. Yeah, we look down upon it. Even in many spiritual disciplines, we feel, oh, if this person is still feeling very sexual, he may not be very enlightened enough. Yeah, that's how we judge. That's how our maybe spiritual definitions may be. So in Tantra, we embrace, we work with sexual energy as well. But it's not, people generally think Tantra is all about sex. No. Tantra addresses on every chakra, on all the 7 chakras. Yeah. And root chakra being the first chakra, we do work with the sexual energy. And Tantra works with both the feminine and masculine, both. It nourishes both feminine and masculine. This is why when you see mostly in Tantra, the practices are between the polarities, between a man and a woman. And this is why also I say that Tantra is a very dynamic path to grow. Because it's like plus and minus coming together. And what happens when plus minus comes together? Even scientifically, we see in electricity, it generates spark. Yeah, it generates electricity, it amplifies. Just give me a moment, I'll be back with you. I need to drink something. Yeah, thank you. So it works with both the masculine and feminine. And when they come together, it's like spark. Yeah, there's many things which comes out on the surface for us, which we're trying to hide it. Yeah, or which we're trying to put it down. It's like when we are alone, we feel very good. Yeah, everything is good. But when we get into relationship, all shits gets triggered. Yeah, all our shadows, our jealousy, possessiveness, everything starts coming out. Or when there is a breakup, we get hurt. So basically, the other person is just a reflection of ours. And this is why also in Tantra, when we work both feminine and masculine, it helps to speeden up the process. Yeah. And this is why also we say, so in Tantra, the consort, the main figure of Tantra is of Ardhanarishwar, the half man and half woman, Ardhanarishwar. Yeah. So it worships both. It worship and help to bring the divine masculine and feminine in harmony within us and outside of us. Yeah. So it's not that one cannot practice Tantra if he or she doesn't have a partner. We can also practice Tantra with our inner man or inner woman. Yeah. So there are practices, solo practices as well, wherein we can practice Tantra. How do you connect with your pleasure? And next slide. So what happens? Why we even connect with our sexuality is also to able to feel some kind of pleasure, because sex is not just about reproduction or release. Yeah, it's not about just getting rid of your sexual energy. or or reproduction. Yeah, we generally understand or associate sex as a mean to release or reproduce. But basically, if we go into the deeper sexuality, it is to enhance the pleasure. And maybe you can mute everyone. So it is to enhance the pleasure-based sexuality. And that's what Tantra helps to, as a path, to work with the repression of body. Yeah. So when we talk about pleasure, it also means that how we connect with our five senses. Yeah. Because our five senses is like doors and windows to perceive the world or to experience the world. Now, either we can numb our senses or we can consciously indulge through these senses. And Tantra has these practices which can help us to consciously awaken these five senses, which also further help with our addictions and aversions. Yeah. We could be very superly addictive through any of our sense, like overeating, undereating, addicted to Netflix, watching a lot of movies, social media, playing video games, addicted to maybe drugs, alcohol, any kind of addictions. Yeah. What is there underneath? If we see the addictions, is basically we are trying to get a pleasure stimulation. Yeah, we're trying to get certain kind of stimulation which can make us feel calm, or which can make us feel, people who smoke, or we feel that we don't want to feel anxiety, but it is there deep down. So we try to use these kind of substances not to feel and address the root cause of that anxiety or the root cause of whatever the emotion might be there. So Tantra helps to address the root cause of it. Yeah, it is not looking at the quick fix. It is looking at, okay, let's go deep. Let's go into the root cause of it. So how we can consciously awaken and indulge all our five senses, and how to embrace sexuality, which is pleasure based, which is to enhance our pleasure journey. And what is also our connection what is even our connection when it comes to our own body, to our own pleasure? We always feel that probably it's the role of my partner to give me pleasure. No. Yeah. We need to claim our own pleasure. We need to know sorry, but we need to know what is our erotic zones, what is our erogenous points, what gives us pleasure, knowing our own body, knowing our own pleasure. And this is also what we practice in conscious sexuality or sacred sexuality work. That how to enhance pleasure, how to know the pleasure, how to know our pleasure. Because what happens when we start experiencing the deeper ways to pleasure, it may also take care of our frivolous addictions. And pleasure brings very deeper healing as well. Pleasure helps to calm down our nervous system. Pleasure can help in numerous healthier ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Yeah. We underestimate the power of pleasure because there is no education around it. Nobody talks about it. So we feel it's not needed, or we just throw it out of the window, or we just refer to pornography thinking that this is pleasure. But no, it's just damaging our nervous system thinking that this is what sex is about. This is what pleasure is about. So it's a very false kind of sexual education media, I would say. It's more hyper sexual media than really educating us about pleasure as a journey. Yeah. So few things on how we can enhance our pleasure is, in Tantra, we use in most of the practices breath, movement, sound. Yeah. So even if you plug in these tools with your sexuality, you can enhance your pleasure. Yeah. Many times you would see that when you are engaged sexually or in intimate way with your partner, you may not be making any sounds. Yeah. You're like on mute that, oh, maybe parents would hear me or the neighbors would hear me. Try next time you are intimate with someone to make sounds. Yeah. To see how does it feel if you allow making sounds. Yeah. Breath. So breath is a very, very important tool for a man or for a woman to experience pleasure or orgasm in a deeper way. If you want to experience orgasm more than the genital orgasm, yeah. And can you mute everyone, please? The So if you really want to deepen your orgasm and you want to experience more than the genital orgasm, yeah, what happens is that we address sexuality as a very, very short session, as just a way to release. So we become more and more addicted to it. But when we can really, how we achieve the sexual mastery is also using these tools of breath, movement, sound. Yeah. So breath plays a very important tool to circulate the energy, to circulate the sexual energy in our body and helping us to achieve or to reach to that level of either full body orgasm or to be a multi-orgasmic man or woman, or to experience energetic orgasms, or to experience actually orgasm on every chakra. Yeah. So I've experienced heart orgasm, throat orgasm, where I found myself laughing like for 30 minutes crazy while making love, or really heart orgasm where I feel so expanded, like I am making love to the universe, or a full body orgasm. And we understand, or we feel that we need another partner to make us be orgasmic. But that's again not true. Yeah. My first full body orgasm was just dancing on coconut water. for 4 hours in Thailand. And that experience blew me up. That experience made me feel for the first time sexually liberated. I was like, who needs lingam now? Who needs men? I can be my own master of pleasure. So, and actually, my friends came later on to me because I was just standing on the dance floor with my legs really squeezed. The energy was going upwards. So I was gone like for half an hour. I was on my own trip. Yeah, like people have trip on drugs, maybe. I was like on a sexual trip on Kundalini awakening or something was happening. So, yes, so we can be our own mastery, we can achieve, and we do not even need another partner to be full body orgasmic or to be multi orgasmic. Yeah. And these kind of experiences really make us feel liberated on many, many levels, make us feel free on many, many levels. So, and it also heals a big part of us, which may be feeling kind of shame, guilt, or conditioning, which we receive growing up as a child to an adult from our parents, society, culture, religion, wherever we are. So it can heal many things, many aspects in us. But also, pleasure is not all. Yeah. So in Tantra, we say love and meditation are the two important pillars. Yeah. So when you plug in with sexuality, awareness, meditation, yeah, and love, it amplifies our journey. It it's like bringing a perfect harmony of the divine masculine and feminine, what we understand. Yeah. So, really, to bring meditation as a tool, otherwise, we can be completely lost in pleasure. Yeah. Pleasure is also very addictive, like any other thing. So, to be not lost in pleasure, we really need very deep awareness. And what happens when you really say yes to your body, say yes to your own sexuality, say yes to your pleasure, you would really feel another level of body confidence or a confidence in your own self to carry yourself. And that's your true magnetism. Yeah. It's not borrowed. It's not borrowed or it's not dependent upon how you look or what you're wearing, or if you're wearing short clothes or skimpy clothes or revealing clothes. Not at all. Yeah. You can be perfectly sensual or sexy even with your gray hair or in the casual pajamas or just walking. Yeah. That's all. So, really giving a redefinition or a definition which is unique to yourself. That makes you truly magnetic. Yeah. Next, and all right. So now we may not understand completely, or we are not educated completely about the sexuality for men and women, but we both function quite differently when it comes to sexual energy or our sexuality. Yeah. So for men, the sexuality is like fire. Yeah. It ignites very quick. He can be aroused within few seconds. And it also goes down very quick. Yeah. But whereas the women's sexuality is like water, she may take time to be aroused, to be turned on, to feel really ready. But once she's turned on, she can go on and on. So for women, it's kind of very natural to be multi-orgasmic. Yeah. But so this is why there is a difference between the sexuality of men and women. I won't go deeper because it's a long topic and subject as well. So how do we address kind of a sexual magnetism for those in men's body is, and I have seen that in our tantric community, is if men really master his ejaculation, yeah, if there is a willingness, or he ejaculates only when he wants and not as like, okay, so the sexuality and ejaculation, or pleasure and ejaculation, can be completely segregated. Yeah, we understand, or for men, that they need to ejaculate every time they're having sex or every time they're having self pleasure. But no, yeah, you can separate easily these two things. So if a man can really master his ejaculation, there comes a very deep magnetic spark. Yeah, there comes a very magnetic energy in that man. And I can say, and I can vouch, and I can write it here, practice it for 30 or 45 days, and you would see already a change in you. You will see a woman smiling at you who never even noticed you before. Yeah. So because there is a lot of energy which develops, yeah, which is there, because now you're not releasing your life force energy, but you have it within you, and you also probably know how to channel it. So I'm not, so in Tantra basically, and especially in Tantra for men's group or retreats, we address such kind of practices which can teach men how to channel their sexual energy, or about semen retention, about prolonging their love making, or prolonging their ejaculation, or the importance of it, or how to do it. Yeah. So to learn these things can really make you feel a magnetic pull. Yeah. And I've seen and experienced it myself, wherein, but that does not mean that your ego is addressed. Yeah. You might have another very spiritual big ego or a facade, but we are just talking here about magnetism. Yeah. Which makes you feel like a pull. So yeah, try it. Try at least for 21 days. I always recommend to men that practice 21 days of non-ejaculation, wherein it's not about no fap, but it's about that you are pleasuring yourself, but you're not ejaculating. Yeah. For women, what could be the magnetism for women? Yeah. So what could be the sexual magnetism for women is how she carries herself, how she carries her sensual self, and not in the ways, as I said before, by wearing short clothes or skimpy clothes, because or wearing lipsticks, or wearing a lot of makeup. But a real true sensual woman can can be completely sensual, even in the way she would look, or even the way she would move her hair, or brush, or move her fingers, or feel, yeah, how she moves her body. Yeah, it's like learning the art of seduction, or the women's whole body is like a vagina. Yeah, it's not just her sexuality is only, her sexuality is not very genital based. Her sexuality is her whole body. So, and a woman is very, very, she's an epitome of erotica, if we say. And why? You would see also all the beautiful poems, poetry, sculptures,
थोड़ा
paintings
नहीं सर, थोड़ा ऐसा ही है.
around are around women's bodies, yeah, are inspired by the women's beauty and the body because she's the epitome of erotica, yeah. So how to be really comfortable in those curves, how to be really completely sensual and erotic, the way you carry yourself, the way you treat your body or feel your body. That's your magnetism. And that would give you, so of course there are practices, yeah. You may feel like, okay, I know this, but how? Yeah, how to do that, Mohini? How to be, so we may do one of the practice, yeah, now in the session, but really feeling comfortable in your skin, yeah, that's the key, that's the key. And yes, yeah, that's about pretty much the presentation. And I would also like to move to the practice. If there are any questions, maybe we can ask quick 1 or 2 questions now, or otherwise after the practice. Let's move to the practice. So let's move to the practice wherein you can choose to keep your camera on or off as you feel comfortable. But what we are basically doing is redefining and rewiring the way we connect with our body through touch, yeah, through our own touch. So basically how we connect with our self pleasure, because this is one of the most important key in the way how you connect with your own sexuality, yeah. um so really feeling the touch and the pleasure sensations or feelings in your body. And the main key for the practice when you will start to do is slow down. Yeah, really slow down. Go as slow as you can to feel the sensations, to feel the feelings. And also, we are very genitals focused when it comes to self pleasure, especially for men. All I know, most of the men do for self pleasure is touch their lingam or genitals and probably come in max 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, and for women as well, maybe for most of the women in India, I know hardly connect with their self pleasure, or there may be a lot of judgment, there may be a lot of guilt around self pleasure, there may be a lot of disconnection with your own body. So really go slow, explore your whole body, whether you are in man's body or a woman's body, doesn't matter. So explore all your body and feel what is your erogenous points. Because if you don't know about your body, you cannot expect your partner to know about your body. So really claiming your pleasure for yourself. So, and the other key is going really slow. Yeah, going really slow. So we will start the practice. We'll do the practice for next 12 or 15 minutes. And take a comfortable spot. If you have a private space, You can feel free to take off your top or whatever clothes you like to wear. You can have your camera switched off, not a problem. Yeah, and we'll do the practice together. Even if it's an energetic field we are creating to feel ourselves, to say yes to our body, to say yes to pleasure. So we'll start in 1 minute. I'll just take a quick break to fix the light as it's getting dark in the room. So I'll be back with you. Okay, this is good. All right. So, and can we have the music? So first and foremost is always center yourself. Because if you are mentally somewhere else, you may not even feel your own touch. You may not be connected with your own touch. You can have one volume up of the music. Is that okay for everybody? Can you hear the music?
No, I think it could be better without the music because it might get distracted since we're all connecting remotely.
Music would be good with this practice. You can still hear me, I'm sure. So if you're using your headphones or otherwise, it would be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So just start with placing your hands at any part of your body. Yeah. Wherever you feel called, just start with placing your hands and breathe. Breathe deeply. Breathe in between your hands. Breathe at that part of your body. Maybe that part of your body is asking for more attention from you. Maybe giving a little rub. Maybe holding that part of your body. Remember to breathe. And then slowly, whenever you feel ready, let your hands talk to your body. Drop the mind. Let your hands move on your body, how it feels to move, how it feels to be touched today. Keep breathing deeply into that touch. Maybe there might come some inhibitions, some judgments. So just being aware of that, but not letting that come on the way. And just tell them, okay, I'll deal with you in a bit afterwards. Let me just talk with my hands. Let me just feel myself, feel my body. So breathe, connect. Maybe you want to touch soft, maybe you want to press, maybe you want to hold, maybe you want to pull, you want to use your nails. So feeling, experiencing what kind of touch is your body asking for. And doesn't matter even if you are in a man's body, just touch your body and see how you feel. There could be also more erogenous points than your genitals, than your lingam. So feeling that, inviting that. Any kind of sounds are welcome. Maybe a deep sigh. Whatever is your sounds, allowing that. Breathe. Ah. Feeling, how does it feel? Your skin, the texture, kind of sensations you feel, becoming aware of it. Hmm. Finding a new language, connect with yourself. Ah. Following your own rhythm. Feeling free to touch any or all parts of your body. not feeling shy. Let your hands talk. And creating a safe space for yourself. And that may mean if you need to lock your room, if you need to turn off your camera, how you feel comfortable. We do it together. Really slowing down, feeling every touch, smelling your body, smelling your armpit. That could be also completely relaxing or erotic. Ah. Keep breathing. Ah. And slowly bringing your hands to a pause. Though in your private time, you can go as long as you want. And feeling free to include your genitals, but also covering all the part of your body to spread that sexual energy more than the genitals area. And also to feel the sensations at every part of your body. Maybe just open yourself for now. And you can bring the music to a pause. So just giving yourself a deep hug and embrace, holding yourself, thanking this body. This body is your temple, remembering that there is nothing to condemn or feel shameful about your body. So really giving all the love, all the caress, touch, tenderness, what you deserve and what you want, what you might be asking from outside, give it to yourself. So expressing your gratitude, expressing your love. Taking a deep breath into that hug and embrace. Thank you for all. And we can slowly open for questions, for sharings, whatever you may have. Maybe the practice was challenging for you, maybe it was sweet, maybe whatever is your experience, whatever the questions. Please feel free to unmute yourself or type your questions in the chat. How often should we practice this? Well, you can even, if you're just starting with this, then I would recommend practice it for 21 days every day. And you would see a change. Yeah, you would see a change how you connect with your body. It's like rewiring your neurotic system, because for now you might be wired to rush. So this would help you to rewire your connection with yourself. So I would recommend that initially you can practice every day for 21 days. And then later on, at least twice or thrice in a week, or whenever you feel you're too active in your mind, do this practice, because it's a wonderful way to drop into present moment, to drop into here and now. So the moment we are connected with our body, we are breathing into our body, we become more present, we become more relaxed. So it would be very helpful. Yeah, let me open questions. For how long? As long as you want. Yeah, as long as you feel. Yes, it is a meditation. It is a meditation. We feel sexuality is not meditation. Sexuality is a very, very deep meditation. If we can be really present to touch ourselves, that's a meditation. Yeah. So it's a very deep meditative practice. So yeah, it is meditation. How to stop feeling guilty and ashamed of mistakes in past relationships, like choosing wrong partners. Don't cry over the spilled milk. Yeah. Learn from the mistakes. Don't repeat yourself, is what I can say. Yeah. And how you don't repeat yourself is by learning what you needed to learn from that relationship, what it reflected in you at that time. So get your messages from those learning, from those relationships, from those wrong choices probably you feel that you made, and analyzing that in future, what is it that you don't want? Yeah. And what is it that you really want? So really bringing clarity. There is a, a complete big session which I give on art of relating um and relationships. So yeah. Are you going to explain it more in Wonder Women Fest? Yes, we do many, many practices which are women oriented, which is a sacred feminine path in our women circles, women retreats, or the Wonder Woman Festival. So there would be many practices, many sessions addressing on different aspects for women. Because if we see in general, most of the meditations are very masculine oriented because it is created by men. Yeah, whether it is Buddhism, a practice given by Buddha, or another spiritual teacher, there are many, very few women enlightened saints who might have come forward to share the spiritual wisdom or meditations or practices. So, what I bring in the Wonder Woman Fest is the practices which are really effortless for women to bring them closer to themselves, to their own spirit, to their own spirituality, to their own silence, love, and joy. So, so learning that Shakti path, that sacred feminine path, is what we bring in the women only festival or retreats. Um, yeah, and same also with men's retreat. We have Epic Lover coming up, which is 17th to 21st of November. And that we encompass. I'm going to co-teach with another male teacher, Alexandro, who is a yogi and a tantric. So we are going to weave in and bring the practices which are more divine, masculine oriented or based. Yeah. How a man can tap into their power, purpose, passion, and presence. So that's what we are going to bring in for men's only retreat. And and I highly recommend, yeah, for men also to know this deep wisdom and also for women. Um, I keep feeling I'm not monogamous, but how to confirm it with myself? I love to love the person while I have them, but being committed for long sounds overwhelming. I've been single for a few years. How do I explore this? Thanks for asking. So, many times in our life, sometimes we feel we are monogamous, sometimes we feel we are not, and that's okay. Yeah. Because a lot of our religion or parents, they might try to propagate, or the Bollywood movies, the perfect man, the perfect woman, the perfect dream relationship, but no. So being poly is also learning. Exactly, it's like a playground, learning what you really like or what you don't like in a relationship. um, but also learning that, for many men, I have seen that the commitment could be a phobia, or for women commitment could be a phobia. So also seeing that the commitment is not a phobia for you. Yeah, you are open to feel emotionally also connected, because I have seen many a times in polyamorous relationship we don't open ourselves to connect with partners emotionally. Yeah. So also analyzing or assessing for yourself, what is it that you're enjoying, what is it that you're feeling closed, or you're not allowing certain parts of yours to be open up to. So it's completely okay whether you're monogamous or poly. Yeah. Do conscious relating. That's what I have learned from my experience. How do how to feel free with the partner? I always feel like too much holding on. I can have a lot of pleasure in myself rather than being with my partner. So learning art of love making. Yes, this is what also in Tantra, when we work with couples or when we work with mixed gender group, is what we learn, that how we can enjoy pleasure not just with our own self, but also in a relationship, and how we can invite more pleasure based sexuality or intimacy even with the partner, wherein completely just looking into the eyes or sitting next to each other or just holding hands could be completely pleasurable. Yeah. We understand that only sexual stimulation is pleasurable, but no, this is what you're going to learn in our Tantra retreats when we do that. There are several ways to connect with pleasure, to really feel intimate with other person without even having to go completely sexuality or completely sexual. So yeah, there are many ways in which you can learn the art of pleasure or art of love making, I would say. Is it okay to approach a guy to get intimate with consensual? Will exploring myself to multiple partners deplete my energy? No, I don't say, or I don't feel like that when you explore yourself to multiple partners depletes your energy, but you also feel that while you're getting pulled to many partners, and be conscious. Yeah, as I said, bring awareness, bring meditation. That would help you with a lot of things to transcend. Yeah, so if there is any darker aspect of yours, that could get addressed when you bring consciousness along with the sexuality. So exploring myself to multiple. Yeah, so that's what I have to say to you for now. How to increase ejaculation time? Well, how to increase ejaculation time is that you increase. Yeah, you increase 1 minute every day until 21 days. So if you start, for example, as your self-pleasure time as being in a man's body for 4 minutes, yeah, then you add 1 minute every day until 21 days. And you will find yourself at the end of 21 days self-pleasuring for 30 minutes without having to need of coming or ejaculating. And that would also increase or prolong your ejaculation or love making time when you are with the partner, because you are rewiring your self pleasure or your connection with your lingam. Yeah. So I would highly recommend you. We have online also Epic Lover Symposium, wherein there are 4 master classes by 4 different teachers, including myself, wherein we gave the different aspects and techniques for men. If you want to refer online or offline, you can just come to the retreat 17th to 21st of November. I'm willing to attend your session. How can I get details of upcoming programs? So we have many actually programs coming up. There is first one 17th to 21st of November, Epic Lover course, and maybe you can share the link. She has already shared. Then there is Wonder Woman Festival, which is 29th of November to 3rd December. Then we have the Mixed Gender Retreat, which is deeper into intimacy, 7th to 11th December. Then we have International Tantra Festival in January, 24th to 28th of January, which is gonna be an epic tantric playground. And then in February, we have women's only teachers training program for 2 weeks, Green Tara. We haven't really announced the link for that as yet, but you can refer and see in few days. But you can basically see or check all our programs on www.evolvebeings.com, and maybe you can type that. And for the people who have tuned in live with us now, we're very delighted to offer you a 10% discount code if you sign up for any of our programs in next 48 hours. So, and maybe you can share it in the chat. Okay, there are many other questions from this. maybe I would really like to hear the experience from few of you. How was the session for you? So maybe just one or two sharings. Anybody can unmute yourself, just for me to feel like an echo that I was, yeah. You can raise your hand or just request to unmute yourself and share. Thank you. Yes. Are you feeling shy to share by unmuting yourself?
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Saksham. Nice to see you here.
So, no, I'm just trying to integrate this experience as it was an extension to what I had just a few days back. So, no questions right now. Just going to explore everything about me, and there've been a lot of good revelations or kindness of the universe to me. So that's one. And I've just booked your all men retreat because there's a lot of things about me as a man I want to reform, and I'd been admitted on this one.
Great. So I would see you soon again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saksham was just a few days ago in our Art of Love and Intimacy retreat. So, yeah, good to see you, Saksham, here.
See you,
Thank
Sakshi.
you. Anybody else would like to share? You can also type in the chat if you're feeling shy to unmute. For some people, they feel like, oh, I can't talk, I feel frozen.
I can
So
share, but then I did not do the embodiment part of it at all. But then I'm sitting with my friends and we enjoyed it and we're going to practice it maybe today, maybe tomorrow.
great.
We
Thank you,
enjoyed
Shatabdi.
it.
Thank you, Shatabdi, for joining along with your friends and sharing this wisdom with them.
Of course, my pleasure, always.
Yes, yes. Yeah. I see some hand raised of Ashutosh. He wants to share. Yeah, you can just unmute yourself and share, Ashutosh.
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
Yes.
It was a great. It was a great. For my first time, it is a great session. And I would like to connect with you. It was very well. I tried it for first time. Let's see. But great session.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashutosh. And yes, there is a lot of wisdom I like to share with men because I've learned being with really great lovers and partners, and otherwise also being into my divine masculine. So, yeah, I'm glad that you could receive something from this session and, yeah, practice it
Yeah,
when you're
yeah,
self-pleasuring.
yeah. I would like to connect with you, Instagram also. I'm just signing the posts. Uh, let's see.
Sure, sure.
Um,
Please come. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Any woman who would thank you, Ashutosh, for sharing. Thank
Yes.
you so much. Any woman who would like to share, please. I would love to hear also from one more woman. Roshita, please share. But I know her well.
Hi, Jinsi here. Can I share?
Yes, please, Jinsey.
Yeah, so thanks, Mohini. I come from a background which has a lot of baggage and conditioning when it comes to self-pleasure, uh, and even for that matter, even exploring your own sexuality. Uh, but of late on my journey, I have been, getting in touch with my own sexuality, and I've seen how it has changed for me. It's even made me look younger and just more happier. And a lot of things that you mentioned, like as a part of my healing journey, I have been doing it, like just expressing myself and living my own reality, whether it is uh, you know um, dancing while I'm on my morning walk because I'm listening to music, or just hugging trees, or really just being in the moment. And also, I'm not really sure what exactly you mean by expansiveness in the heart, but I think I kind of live that feeling quite often, where I feel so overwhelmed with all the goodness that there is, and I can literally just feel my heart expand. I think that's what you meant as well. I'm not sure, but that's how it is um, been for me. And I've also been able to feel emotions at a very deep level, like whether it is happiness or sadness, like. And I think it's a gift, and I'm definitely going to practice the embodiment. I couldn't practice it much while on this session, but I'm going to do it. And I'm sure it's going to take me much higher in my on my healing journey. So thanks a lot, Mohini. Thank you.
Thank you, Jinsey, for sharing and joining us. And I look forward to meet you also somewhere in person to share more magic together. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I hope the same. Thanks, Mohini.
Thanks. There is one more person, Monica, who raised hand for sharing. So maybe we can have one more sharing before we say bye. Monica, you want to share still? Did you raise the hand before?
Yeah, hi Mohini.
No.
Thank you so much for the great session. Actually, I checked out that Wonder Woman Festival link. So yeah, about that after that only I got to know about you evolving, and then I joined this session. And yeah, I always do this thing like explore myself and try to do things whatever I like and whatever I love. Like I always love dancing and listening to music and exploring like movements and something whatever I like. So yeah, and exploring my body. This is kind of thing I got to know today. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. It's very important for us as a woman because we are nature. Yeah, we give birth.
Yeah,
We the womb. So if we are disconnected from here, from the body, that means we are disconnected to our deep innate wisdom. Yeah. A woman doesn't need a doctor to even give a birth. If we are listening to ourselves, to our body, it really has very, very deep wisdom. So yeah, thank you for coming and thank you for sharing, Monica.
thanks a lot.
Thank you. And with this, we will please share some music tracks. Just put what you really love. Yeah, something which makes you feel sensual. Oh, somebody is on the gate and I'm alone. Please wait. I love sensual dancing as a man. It's also good to be in touch with the feminine. Yeah, exactly. If you love sensual dancing, do dance, do touch yourself, feel yourself. That makes you also feel more present with your body. Most of the things you spoke hit all the personal cards, and I surely feel understood and like I belong. Since I saw the Wonder Woman program, I'm thrilled about it. And I would like you to know how I will make it, because I'm a toddler mom. Oh, I understand. I also have a 4.5-year-old. Thanks, Mohini, and see you at the retreat. Thank you, Srinita. Got a question. I know there are still many questions, but send it to us on our Instagram. Yeah, I do Instagram live every Saturday, and I will answer it at that time because we are already late now. So if I haven't answered any question now, then please send it to us. So thank you everybody for sharing, and much love, big love to you all. A lot of consciousness, power, sensuality to all of you. Yes. Big love. Thank you, Anne, for being on the technical support. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We will share the video on email as well. Thank you.